Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. A very warm welcome to you. My name is Emily and I am a knitter, crocheter and very occasional sewer. We've not had any yet, but it's there because it may happen at some point. My channel is all about my crafting journey and just kind of giving you an insight as to what I like working on, any finished objects, any cast-ons, anything I'm interested in making at some point. And yeah, just general crafty goodness mixed in with a lot of waffling, which I think you can already tell. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Hello everyone, I am back again. This time it will be for a while. I don't know what happened this month. It's just been a proper whirlwind this month. It does feel like ages since I last saw you. I hope that you are all doing well, that you had a good few weeks. And yeah, I'm back, woohoo! Now, I have made a couple of changes. The main one being that I will be now adding timestamps in the description of this video and any videos going forward. This is just because I wanted to break up the video so that if you so choose, you can navigate to a specific section in the video. I'm also hoping to add little subsections, so within, say, the finished objects, the works in progress and the cast-ons, just for each of the projects that I talk about, in case there's a specific project that you're just interested in and you're not interested in anything else. That's my plan. It also means that, say for example, you didn't want to know about my cast-ons, you can just skip that section, or you didn't want the updates, skip that section. So yeah, I just wanted to add that in to make it a bit more, is it user-friendly? Possibly. But yeah, it just means that you can skip my waffle if you'd like. I'm trying to think what else. There was something else and I've totally forgot. Whoosh, gone. I am, yeah, today is really strange because I'm trying to get back into the podcasting groove, if that's the word. But yeah, it's been a while and everything's a bit strange. And I am a bit full of beans today. But yes, so last week I was in the Lake District with my family. It was my dad's birthday, so we hired a house and we all stayed together and did lots of walking and lots of celebrating. It was amazing. I do feel very blessed with my family. Yeah, we all get on really well and we love spending time together, so yeah, it was just wonderful. Now, one thing is, my brother-in-law has become vegan, which is not a problem. It's great, highly support him. And in support of his new choice, we all each made a meal that was vegan specific. So we basically cooked a meal. There were 3 nights and we each couple cooked one night. I'm trying to go through in my head. So each couple cooked one night. We cooked the first night and I chose a vegan meal, a vegan Japanese meal, because my partner and I absolutely love Japanese food. And I thought I'd give that a go. Now, I'm not vegan, I'm not vegetarian, I don't limit my diet in any way, apart from caffeine at the minute. Caffeine, no. And milk, I'm not too great with milk either. But yes, so I'm not too fussy about what I eat, so I've not had to stop and think about what's in things. So it was a bit daunting to begin with, thinking about a vegan meal, because you have to be conscious of anything you put in that meal. So it's not just eliminating the meat, it's also checking all the sauces that you're putting in. So for example, I make my own kimchi. I know kimchi is Korean, but as an example, I make my own kimchi. And initially I thought, oh, I can bring the kimchi, you know, as a little bit of a side, because that's vegan. Little did I remember, because I make it and it sits in the fridge, I make a big batch of it, and because it's fermented cabbage and chilli and a couple of other extras in there, it sits in the fridge and just chills, and we use it as and when, really, and then when it runs out I'll make some more. So because I haven't made it for a while, I don't always remember what I put in, and I completely forgot that fish sauce goes in it, or oyster sauce, whichever we have to hand, one of the two. That's not vegan. So it was little things like that, and I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? But everything went off fine. I managed to find a meal. I did make a couple of things separate, so I had to make my own dashi stock, for example. It turns out it wasn't too difficult, it was fine. And it was great. And obviously my brother-in-law was really grateful because it meant that he didn't have to cook anything separate for himself. We were all showing support. And yeah, it was great. It was really, really nice. So I have a little question for you all. If any of you out there are vegan, eat any vegan meals, or have any favourite vegan meals, please hit me up in the comments below, because I would love to learn a bit more about veganism so that I can cater for my brother-in-law whenever he comes, because we like to do a lot of barbecues, for example, and I would like to be more prepared. So if my brother-in-law does decide to come to one of our barbecues, I want to be prepared and have vegan options as well. So that's my plan. If, as I say, any of you are vegan and you do have a favourite meal, a favourite snack, anything, hit me up below. I'd really appreciate it, because yeah, I want to do well and I want to do right by my brother-in-law. So yes, please let me know. Now, after that long and lengthy waffle, I will stop waffling and get into it. Right, so the first segment is my finished objects. Now, I don't have any, I'm afraid, spoiler. I don't have any finished objects this week, month. I'm not doing a month-end video. I don't have any this week. I know it's been 2 weeks since we last saw each other in podcast form, but because I was away last week and work's been very, very busy, I've not had a chance to finish anything. But that's fine. I'm okay with that. It's all good. Now, on to my works in progress. I have a little surprise for you at the end of this. You'll probably see it if you have looked in the description, but yay, I'm excited. So my first work in progress that I have for you is my Find Your Fade shawl by Andrea Mowry. There we are. I've been loving this project. I know I say that every time, but honestly, it is so much fun. I will hold it up now. Hang on, wait, bear with me. It's getting a bit big now. Oof. And I haven't put stoppers on the end of my needles. That might be a mistake. Right, so let's start with where we are. Bulbasaur is where I got to 2 weeks ago. So bear in mind, this is 2 weeks work, and this project I actually managed to take with me to the Lake District. So I did a little bit of work on it. So, oh gosh, hang on. There we go. All right. Oh, you can just about see Bulbasaur. Here he is. So as you can see, I have done quite a lot of work on this. This was colour 5, I think it was, that I was just blending in here. And I managed to finish colour 5's section. So I am now on colour 6. And yeah, I'm absolutely loving this project. What is happening here? Oh, I need more slack. Give me slack. Thank you. Oops. Right, there we are. So this project is just massive now. So if I start... at the bottom, there we go. We started down here. Oh, this is very awkward. We started down here, and yeah, I think the first colour I ended here. So this bottom colour is like a darker blue, and then we've got this lighter blue sort of here. And then we melted into, it's all right, the pattern says colour melting, sorry. Got stuck on my watch. The pattern says colour melting, so I've got that in my head, but yeah, fading. I then faded into this lovely pale green, which then faded into, yes, this slightly darker green that has some lovely blues in. I'll bring it closer, don't worry. And then it faded into this kind of beautiful darker pink here. And now this colour that I'm working on here is a paler pink, not much, but it is. Right, now let's bring this closer. There we are. So here we go. That's that first colour. I absolutely adore these colours. Sorry, I was holding that with my chin. And then there's the second colour. There you are. It's got some lovely speckles in that colour. There's some speckles in there. Really, really lovely. And there is the third colour, that lovely green. Then down. We come to the... It's right, the postman's just walked past the door. I think we're all right. This is the... I've lost count. But this is the next colour, this lovely darker green. He looked at me funny, bless him. So that darker green has like blues and darker green colours, and then we move on to this beautiful pink. I absolutely adore this pink. See if I can actually give you a better view of that pink. Yep, there we go. And then into this lighter pink. Now these two pinks don't have much difference at all. And all of these yarns are by West Green Loft Yarns. Now I will update my Ravelry words. I will update my Ravelry page and it will have all of the colourways listed, because there will be 7 skeins of yarn that go, oh my, we had a bit of a problem. There are 7 skeins of yarn that I used in this project. I am using fingering weight yarn. It's sock yarn, so it's 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. But yes, every single skein is dyed by West Green Loft Yarns, and they're absolutely beautiful. My idea for this shawl was just to have a really subtle fade, and that's what I've got. It does exactly what I wanted it to do. Now, the pattern has been really, really good fun. It seems like it's a bit monotonous, which it is at the moment, because I won't be decreasing stitches. These are all the stitches to when I cast off. So it's a lot of stitches. Ooh, the rows are very long, but the kind of monotony is broken up a little bit because of this side. If I show you, it's a bit wobbly because of this side. So from this marker to here, this side is shorter. That's because we're slowly moving all the stitches over to this side, which will then flatten out the shawl for when we cast off. So we'll have, I'm describing this terribly, so we'll have like a flat edge like that, basically. That's the plan of the shawl. I don't know if I can hold this up properly to show you. Oh, there we go. So this side will just become one straight side by the time we're done. And that kind of breaks up the monotony a little bit, which is perfect, because if it was just the same to finish, I think I wouldn't be as interested to pick it up. I am a little less interested to pick it up now, just because I've been doing this for so long. But as I say, it's just this stitch count getting smaller, which is what's keeping me interested, if that makes sense, because I'm loving seeing these stitches become less, because I know that once these stitches go down enough, that's when I'm finished, basically. But yeah, it is a very monotonous shawl, because you have these garter sections. So you have a colour, she calls it colour melting, but the fading effect here. Then you do a number of garter rows, then you have these lovely yarn over sections, and then it's all over again. So it is quite monotonous. I'm not going to stray away from that, but she does keep you interested with the shaping of the shawl, and it is just beautiful. It's huge. It is huge. I can actually lie it across myself now. I can actually, yeah, just lie it across myself. Not that I do that right now because it's far too warm. Don't want that kind of warmth on me. But yeah, it's a really fun pattern. And if you have 7 skeins of yarn, I mean, even if you, you'd have to have a look at all the yardage numbers. That's where I'm trying to go. All the yardage numbers, and you can probably kind of tailor it to however you want. But yeah, I just did it as pattern. This section was really small, for example, so you didn't need a lot of yardage for that. So I've got a massive amount of this yarn left. Again, all these ones down here aren't as much, but now we're up here, we're actually using quite a lot of yarn. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else I can say about this pattern. It's just great. I love it. Really, really love it. And I love the colours. As I say, I'm going to update my Ravelry page, so it'll be updated by the time you see this. And all the colourway names will be listed on my Ravelry page and the order that I've used them in. I might try and put some photos up as well. I really need to update my Ravelry page. But yes, I'm going to put those on there because I think I mentioned them way back when I was planning to do it, but yeah, to keep mentioning them, they're all in different places now. So yeah, all the details will be in my Ravelry page. Whether the yarns are still available, I'm not entirely sure, but I will also link West Green Loft Yarns website so that you can go and have a look. She dyes beautiful yarn. Right, so that's that project. The next project, oh my, I've not done a massive amount on this one, but I'll show you anyway. Hang on. Well, I say not a massive amount, I've done a fair amount. So, oh no, let's show you the other page. Bear with me, bear with me. Okay, so the next project is Peter the Blackbird. Try and get the glare not to show. There he is, looking all dapper. That's by Toft, out of this book, which is the Partridge in a Pear Tree book by Kerry Lord of Toft. Yeah, I love this book. I love this book. So I'm trying to do all 12 birds. You can see that there's 3 of them up there. So Felix, Beatrice and Ruth. So Felix the partridge, testing my brain here, I've got the book right there. Felix the partridge, Beatrice the turtle dove, there we go, and Ruth the French hen. They're sitting there, ready for Christmas. Actually, very anticipating of Christmas. Hang on, I'm trying to dig in my, I keep I keep my birds in these bags. I need to slow down because I'm too excited. But anyway, so, oh gosh, this is where I've got to on Peter. So that's where I got to 2 weeks ago, that little fox marker. So I've since finished the rest of his body and done his head. He's got quite a point on his head, not quite sure. But that is the body and head done. I have also finished no I haven't. I've almost finished a leg. I need to put another prong of another toe coming out. But that is one leg. And that's it, that's all I've got for you, I'm afraid. I haven't really been feeling the crochet. But yeah, that's Peter. And yeah, hopefully I can finish him for next week. I'll see how I get on and what I'm feeling at the weekend. I've got yarn all over me, as usual. So the next project that I have for you, move that over there, is the, what's this called? This is the Streamline Tank, I think, yes. Streamline Tank by 2 of Wands. Isn't that stunning? So I started this, I think it was 2 weeks ago. And I started it because I have loads of Kobu yarn. And I was watching Amy of Knee Knits, and this was one of the projects that she made, and she made it using Kobu yarn. And I thought, oh my gosh, what a fantastic idea, because I've got loads of Kobu yarn and I need projects for it. So any suggestions for Kobu yarn, let me know. And yeah, I can see about making something else. But anyway, I got to here the last time I showed you, and then I've since carried on and I've started that lovely detail down the front at the middle. I think is it half fisherman's rib? I think I should double check that. But I really, really love this project. However, I feel like I've made the size too small because I had to change the needle size. I went down a needle size because I didn't like the looseness of this part of the fabric, because I want to wear this without having to wear a vest top underneath. I'd like to wear like a sports bra like this underneath. But yeah, the fabric, so this section, this part, the stockinette part, was really loose with the other needle that I was using. I don't know whether that's just my tension. I haven't gauge swatched. I know. So that is definitely something I need to start doing, and I will go into that a bit later. But yes, that's where I've got to. I'm not convinced it's big enough, so that's why I've kind of paused it since going from there. So I may rip it out and do the next size up, I think. I was tempted to just try and finish it and see how it was, and then maybe rip it out. I'm not sure yet. So yes, we'll see where we get to on that. But that is the Streamline Tank by 2 of Wands. Beautiful, beautiful pattern, by the way. Absolutely love it. It's stunning pattern. Now, a little surprise for you all. I have been working on one it's going to be one of those days, isn't it? Oh my gosh. I have been working on a paused whip. Shocker, I know. But this is, long time no see, this is my For Fox's Sake sweater by Maxim Sear. I know, it's been ages since I've shown this, but I picked it up the other week because I thought this is ridiculous. I've got so many things that I want to start, and there's no reason why I can't finish this. It should be an easy knit from now on. So, let me show you. There we go. So I got to, oh my gosh, it's really heavy. I got to here, the last time I showed you it, which I can't remember when that was. You have to excuse all the ends. I don't know why I haven't sewn them in yet. I don't know which way around this goes. Which way around does it go? Oh no. Oh, I think it goes that way around. Because it has a short row shaping at the back. So, hang on. Oh my gosh. There we are. Oh, I do love this. I absolutely love this sweater. So if I, back again. Oh my gosh. Hang on. I'm just putting my feet on the mantelpiece. There we go. So I think that is finally at the right length. And as you can see, well, I don't know if you can see, I can just about see. I have started the ribbing, everybody. I have finished the stockinette on the body and I've started the ribbing. I don't know if you can see as well, but it's massive. It's very large, which is fine. I wanted it to be kind of one of those jumpers that I can just throw on top of anything. I wear a lot of baggy t-shirts and I wanted it to be something that I can wear all the time for any occasion. It'll be cozy, it'll be warm, it'll be lovely. I don't know if I've made a mistake and I think that's why it's been paused. So, I mean, I could have done the blocking of the yoke when I'd finished the yoke, but I didn't. And that might be a mistake. And I think the reason I say that, I mean, oversized jumpers, fantastic. I wear a lot of them and I love them, but I'm not sure if that will work for a colourwork yoke because I'm going to be getting all these, you know, bunching and stuff. So I'm not sure if it's going to work. And I won't know until I block it, basically. But I'm just ploughing ahead because this took me forever. And if you've been with me for a while and you've seen the progress of this sweater, you will know I made a couple of mistakes here and there. It was a love-frustration relationship. I don't like to say hate because it is beautiful. I love it. The pattern is fantastic. I just don't get on very well with long floats in colourwork. So yeah, I think that really disheartened me with this, and the texture of this colourwork, if I bring it up close, is really all over the place. That's not really helping, is it? There we go. You can see that I've got parts where it's pulled really tight. So I don't know why, for example, this is pulled really tight here. It shouldn't be pulled so tight. Oh, and then you can also see floats through it. There's points where the stitches are really big. That's because of the long floats. Probably not holding it together long enough. I have a feeling that when I block it, it will even out a lot of the stitches. But I would like to tackle projects like this that have long floats. I would like to tackle them with more confidence. I'm not afraid of colourwork. I love colourwork. But it's just when there's long floats. I really struggled with this. Really struggled. So my little plea to you is, do you have any videos, any websites, anything, tutorial that will help with fine-tuning, I would say, a long float colourwork technique, purely because I don't want to look at a project like this again and think, oh my gosh, remember the struggle that I had with For Fox's Sake, I'm not sure I can do it. I don't ever want to get to that point with knitting because I love taking on anything. I like to think I can do everything. If I can't do it, I'm happy to learn. I'm happy to just give it a go and just learn as I go, basically. This is why I love Stephen West patterns, for example, especially the mystery knit-alongs, because I love to learn as I go. I think it's such a great thing. And I think knitting, you're always learning, aren't you? I think. But I just don't want this particular yoke to dishearten me, if that makes sense. My experience, I should say. I don't want my experience with this particular yoke to tarnish any future projects I would like to do. So any YouTube videos, any websites, any blogs, any tutorials, anything you can think of, anything you've seen at all that helps deal with long floats and carrying them to help the tension be more even in long float colourwork, please hit me up, let me know. I'd be so happy. Anyway, as you can see, I've finished the body and, well, not finished the body, I'm working on the rib at the bottom. So I'm very close to getting this off those needles. I'll hold it back here, ta-da! Oh, I'll drop the bottom bit, ta-da! There you are. And then I can do the sleeves. The sleeves shouldn't be too long. They're just stockinette stitch. Is that right? They are, yeah, just stockinette sleeves with the rib at the bottom. So these should be much quicker than what I've been doing here. But I think it's languishing because, yeah, I just feel very disheartened. I should just block this yoke. I should just block the whole thing when I'm done, but I feel like I just need to finish it and then block it because I haven't the heart to rip this out at all. But anyway, that is my for fuck's sake. That is where I'm at. I do love this project so much. I do. Beautiful project. And I do highly recommend it. The pattern is very well written, as you would expect. And it's great fun. And if you're not put off by long floats, you'll love it. Absolutely love it. It's beautiful. Let me put that there. The yarn, I just remembered, the yarn is my own yarn. I've hand dyed it myself because I wanted the specific colours, and yeah, it's not something that I carry, unfortunately, but yes, that's the yarn. Now then, that brings us to the end of my works in progress. So I've done a fair amount, just, you know, nothing finished yet, so we'll see. The next section, cast-ons. So for cast-ons, I'm sorry to say, well, I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I know I said a little while ago that I will be doing a way of, I will be trying to get my works in progress down. So it was, I've got to finish 2 projects before I can cast anything on. That's kind of gone out the window now because I have cast something else on. I couldn't resist, I just had to. But I'm going to try my best not to cast anything else on until I finish something. But there will be one exception to that. But anyway, I digress. So I have cast on, let me get it, this lovely pattern. So this is the Shift Cowl by Andrea Mowry. Bring that in, I think you can see that, I think. So it's the Shift by Andrea Mowry. Again, I will link it all below. But yeah, I've been looking at this since basically, let's start from the start, shall we? So back last year, I think it was, I'm trying to remember now. Yeah, I think it was last year. My partner and I went to Stockholm for a few days. It was beautiful, absolutely loved it. And I bought some yarn. So this is what I bought. This is a Zauber ball. Is it Zauber ball? Hang on. Let me get the tag. Hang on. Wait. It has to be the one I didn't pick up, wasn't it? There it is. So this is what it is. It's a Zauber ball Crazy by Shoppel yarn, and it is, I think it was with his sock yarn. I think I tried this before and it took me ages to find the breakdown. So it's 75% virgin wool and 25% nylon. Now this yarn is absolutely brilliant. It's a bit rustic, I would say. It's a bit rougher than for example, your superwash merino. No issues with that. It's lovely. And if I hold it closer, let me shuffle in, you can see that each strand is 2 different colours of yarn plied together. So it's 2 strands plied together of different colours, and it also is self-striping. So as you can see from the ball, it changes colour as you knit, which is great. And I thought it was absolutely fantastic, and I really wanted to try it, but I didn't know what to use it for when I got home. So it's been sitting around for ages until I came across Nee Knits, N-E Knits. I came across her podcast. Amy basically bought some of this yarn, this exact yarn, not this colour, but the Shoppel Zauber Ball Crazy. And she explained what she was using it for, and she used it for the Shift Cowl. Now apparently, if I'm not mistaken, I haven't got it. Have I got it? Hang on. Oh, here it is. It doesn't say it here exactly, but I believe she did. So the actual cowl is using 3 colours of sport weight yarn, 200 yards of each yarn. So the suggested yarn is Spin Cycle yarns dyed in the wool. Now, Spin Cycle yarn is one of those yarns that I would love to try. So one day I may try it, but at the moment it's not feasible for me, really. It's a lot of money. It's one of those premium yarns that I would consider like a premium luxury yarn that I would love to buy, I would love to use, but at the minute I can't quite justify it. I think that's the best way to explain it, for me anyway. Now, I believe, I could be wrong, but I think Andrea Mowry actually recommended this yarn, this specific Zauberball Crazy. I believe she recommended this as an alternative to the yarn that she used in her project, I believe. Long story short, Amy from Knee Knits bought 3 Zauberballs and made the shift. I saw the project and thought, that's it, nailed it, that's perfect, that's going to work so well. So obviously I had this one to begin with. So then I actually bought some more, and I bought 3. I don't know why, I didn't need to buy 3, and they're coming apart. I didn't need to buy 3 because I already had one. I only need to buy 2 more, but I bought 3. I'm kind of glad I did as well. So these are the 3 that I bought. There we go, you can see that one there. Then that one. And then that one. There you go. Now, I will put in the description below the link to my Ravelry, and I will update it, I promise. So all the colourways that I'm actually using in this project will be linked. This is a very long story short, isn't it? But basically, I decided to use, hang on, this is going to be difficult. I thought these 3 colours, perfect. Look at them together. They will make a perfect fade, absolutely stunning. Now, what I didn't register was that it's best to use high, I hesitate to say high, contrasting yarns in this, because you're kind of interplaying the yarns together, and there's a lot of slip stitching involved to create the beautiful pattern. I will show you the project in a minute, don't worry. But yeah, so basically I started with this colour and then used this one with slip stitching, and I'm going to be honest, it didn't work. Did not work at all, because this colour just faded with this one, and it was really difficult to see the stitch definition. So I had a change of heart. This one came out of the project, hence why it's still got its label on, and I swapped it for this one. As you can see, massive difference in contrast. So I'm using these 2 and then I'm adding this one. So there's quite a difference in colours. This one I've got a feeling will merge with this one a little bit, but I'm not sure. So without further ado, a long segue to show you the actual project. So I'm trying to remember which way this actually goes. Yeah, I think it goes that way. So here it is. Isn't that amazing? I think that's absolutely stunning, isn't it? So if I bring this closer, you can kind of see there are slip stitches going on, and we're using 2 colours at the same time. So this pale colour, this kind of pale blue colour, pale grey, that fades into the darker colour, this is all this ball of yarn, and it's the self-striping from this ball of yarn that creates that different fade effect. And then you're using the other balls, so this top one is this colour held with the other colour. You don't hold them double, sorry. You hold them single, so you know you've got a couple of rows and you sort of interplay with slip stitches. If I just go across, this is swapping to, or was it? Let me just double check. Was it? Oh, I can't remember now. I've started, so, oh yes, wait, no, hang on. Oh my goodness, I can't remember. So, no, it must have been, mustn't it? I can't remember which way around it is now. But this is one of the colours, and then this is the second colour fading in. But as you can see, look at that effect. Oh my god, it looks amazing, doesn't it? So good. So you cast on up here, and you're increasing down, and I've gotten to the point now where I've got a flat edge appearing at the bottom here. I did try to sew in some of my ends, but it didn't really happen. So the idea is, this is your top section, it's an I-cord. Down here is just your normal stitches, and then we finish at this point. We start doing an I-cord, which is the bottom edge. It's a beautiful construction, I absolutely love it. It's knit flat, and then you join it. But if I hold that there, look at that! Oh, it looks amazing. It looks so good. So what I would recommend with this project is just make sure you get yarns that are contrasting if you want these pattern stitches to stand out. because otherwise they're not going to stand out quite so well. Some sections, for example this section up here, it won't be as obvious, and I think when it started fading into the green here it's not as obvious either, but that is just the nature of the yarn. They're all self-striping, so they're going to play with each other, but I think that is such a beautiful effect and I'm so happy and so excited to do this. But that's why I had to cast this on, because I was so excited to see it work up. Beautiful project. Pattern is fantastic, as you'd expect from Andrea Mowry, and it's just really good fun. Now, I did make one mistake, and it's not in the actual, it's not in the work, it's actually in the choice of needle. The needle that I am using are they're Addy lace needles. It's going to reflect quite badly. Those are the needles that I'm using, and that's only because I'm using a 3.75mm needle, and all of my cords from my I can do this all the cords from my ChiaoGoo interchangeable needle set are in use, so I couldn't use that, so I had to use these ones. The yarn just slips and slides. It doesn't hug the yarn at all, so I think if you're using this yarn and you like using wooden needles, I would probably recommend using wooden needles. I unfortunately don't have any wooden needles in the 3.75mm size, but that's the only problem that I'm facing at the minute. And I mean, look at that. It is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? I cannot get over how beautiful this is. And it makes the pattern so much more fun because you just want to see what the next bit's going to be like. It's beautiful. I'm so pleased. So pleased with this one. And it means that I'm using a ball from Stash. Now this ball unfortunately is replaced with this one because I do have a spare one. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet, but I'm very pleased and do highly recommend that pattern. It's so good. Oh, it's just so good. Ow, my legs were sticking to the floor. Right, I'm just going to have a quick water break. Oh my goodness, it is so warm. I have drunk a lot of tea today, but it is so warm. I'm on the water now. It's too warm. I'm one of those people that just does not like warm weather. I'm not a fan of the sun, hence why I'm so pale. I use Factor 50 sun cream because, yeah, I'm just not. It is what it is, isn't it? Right, anywho, on to my acquisitions section. Now, I do have a couple for you this week, which is quite exciting. I have my lovely Injabulo basket here that is full of my acquisitions. And I also have a sneaky one here. So we're going to, just checking that, we're going to start with this one, I think. Yeah, we'll start with this one. Now, I have found a new podcaster that I absolutely adore. She's absolutely brilliant. Oh, I just knocked my plant, sorry. I absolutely adore her, and she is the lovely Laura Penrose of Penrose Knits. I know, late to the party, right? She's a British YouTuber, a British knitwear designer, and I completely missed the ball, and I've only just discovered her, so my bad. But anyway, her YouTube channel is absolutely brilliant. I've been binging it. She has some absolutely fantastic patterns that she's not only knit of other designers, but also that she has designed herself, and we'll get onto that in a bit later. But what I came across on her channel that I absolutely adored was, just rustling here, don't mind me, this absolutely stunning, this is relevant, just bear with me, this absolutely stunning sweater. It is the Dartmoor sweater by, is it Cadry? I think it's Cadry. The Dartmoor sweater by Cadry. It's an oversized drop shoulder, is it? Drop shoulder boxy? No, making up words here. It's a drop shoulder sweater, oversized, and it's just absolutely spot on for me. I love that shoulder detail as well. It's absolutely beautiful. Really like that. So I saw her wearing this and I thought, oh my gosh, yes, that is so me. I have to do that pattern. So obviously I went on and bought the pattern, but then I also went ahead and bought the yarn. So I have a lovely bag full of yarn yet again. Laura mentioned in her podcast the yarn that she used. So I basically paused the podcast immediately, went onto, not YouTube, went onto Wool Warehouse and had a little nose. And I came across these colours and I thought, yes, spot on, that's what I want, that's what I'm going to get, all sorted. Bought it all, went back to the podcast and realised it's actually the same colour that she used in her pattern. So I know it's going to look good. I know it's going to look wonderful. So the yarn that I've purchased for this pattern is Drops Nepal Mix. And this colour is, I don't know if I have, do I have the, oh I do, I can probably tell you the colourway. So the colour, is, it's the wrong one, I picked the wrong one. So hold that up again. You can see that colour. So it's kind of like a brownie, it's just brown, isn't it really? So the colourway is called Camel Mix and the number is 0618 and it's beautiful, isn't it? Lovely. The content is 65% wool, 35% alpaca. So it's kind of rustic without being too harsh, if that makes sense. It's actually softer than I thought it was going to be, but you can still feel a bit of that rustic feel in there. It's beautiful. I absolutely adore this yarn. I'm really pleased. So what was I doing? I was going to show you something then, I can't remember, but anyway, so if I show you that a bit closer, you can kind of see that it's kind of woolly. You've got these lovely strands that I assume that's the alpaca. But yeah, it's absolutely lovely yarn. Really, really nice. Got it upside down. There we go. That's the colour there. So I'm really, really pleased with this colour. Now, you have to hold, I don't know if you have to. Do you have to? Bear with me. The pattern suggests, no it does, it suggests that you hold yarn, so your main yarn together with some mohair. So what I have here is the Drops Kid Silk mohair. It's it's soft and luxurious in super kid mohair and silk. So there's the label, and as you can see, that's the colour. Super fluffy. So I'm very, very excited about this. So if I hold these two together, you can kind of see that this is going to lighten this colour a little bit. Well, a lot. I don't know about a little bit. This colour is actually coming across really pale on the camera. There's a lot more brown to it. I think it's coming across pale because of the ring light that I've got here. I think it's sort of catching these fibres and they're reflecting a bit more. So it's kind of masking the colour a bit, I think. I'm not very technical. But this colourway is actually, it's called beige. So yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? And let me just see, it is 75% mohair and 25% silk. So I'm going to hold these two together and I'm going to knit that Dartmoor sweater at some point because I need to get some sweaters done, and there is another sweater that I will be casting on before I cast this on, but I have everything I need and I'm very excited. So yeah, that's that one. Now let's move that out the way. The next item that I have for you, the acquisition even, is my order from Siobhan Crafts. Is that right? Yep, there we go. My order from Siobhan Crafts. Now I ordered some stitch markers, and I also ordered one of her mystery bags because I keep eyeing up her mystery bags and thinking, just do it, I really want it. I love a mystery, especially when it's a yarn, and yeah, I thought I've just got to do it. So first I will show you the stitch markers. So they came in this lovely tin. Oh, I can show you her label. There you are, Siobhan Crafts. Lovely logo, I love that logo, it's so cute. And these are the stitch markers that I bought. Now, the eagle-eyed among you may recognise two of them. So these two down here, Bulbasaur and Eevee. Whoa, there we go. Bulbasaur and Eevee, I actually already own, because if you remember my haul from Yorkshire Yarn Fest, these two are the ones that I actually bought from Yorkshire Yarn Fest. However, I did want the rest. So I thought, why not? I'll just buy this tin, so I've got the rest of them. And yeah, I mean, I use these all the time, so why not? And it's a really lovely tin, this. So this tin is going to get you a lot of use. So that is the first item that I got. The second item that I got, now Siobhan obviously is very good at putting together what you like, because obviously I bought the Pokemon stitch markers. So the bag that my mystery bag came in was this one. How spot on is that? Gotta knit 'em all. So instead of gotta catch 'em all, it's gotta knit 'em all. And then there's lovely Pokemon-y stuff going on. I love that bag of yarn going on there. Love it. And yeah, I think that's absolutely brilliant. Spot on. So props to you, Siobhan, for, you know, theming them together. I love it. I was really happy when I saw this. I thought, oh my gosh, yes, fantastic. Now, in this bag, I got these lovely stitch markers. Oh, there we go. These two lovely stitch markers. So this lovely flower and then this lovely ball with some, I think they're stars, little green stars inside. Beautiful. On her business card. There you go. Get another one. Really like her. I really like her logo. It's wonderful. So that was the first item that was in the mystery bag. Then she also added in this really pretty pin. I love a pin and it's absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you can see that well enough, but it's a bee on a flower, but the whole thing is designed in what would be a knit stitch. Can you see that? How good is that? It's absolutely beautiful. I think that's absolutely stunning. Such a beautiful pin, so really pleased with that as well. Now, what she also added in the bag was this beautiful skein. So this is a 50-gram DK skein of yarn. Love that colour. The colourway is called Lilac and it's in her sock yarn. So there's the colourway, Lilac DK, 50 grams, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. I love that colour. And she also put in this skein of yarn, which I am absolutely loving. How beautiful is that? Oh, move back a bit, there we go. I absolutely love this skein of yarn. And this skein is called Midnight Sky. It is DK weight, 100 grams. And again, it is the sock base. So it's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. Now, if I hold these two together, spot on, isn't it? Absolutely spot on. Those will be so pretty together. And what I thought for these, now I don't use DK very often, but I do love it. So my For Fox's Sake jumper is in DK. Everything else I usually do in fingering weight. I'm a big fingering weight lover, but I really like to branch out. So I'm really pleased that these are DK because I just don't use it enough. So these two colours, I'm actually going to try and make a pair of gloves. So I do have a pattern, a DK weight pattern for fingerless mitts, so I might use these for that. I think they're lovely. They're really, really lovely. I think they'll go together, won't they? Maybe, I'm not entirely sure, but really, really pleased with these. And this mystery bag was such a wonderful, there we go, the mystery bag. It was such a wonderful purchase. And I'd be very tempted to do it again, to be honest, because I love, as I say, I love a mystery bag. Somebody else choose the yarn for me and I'll find something to use it for, basically. I love it, absolutely love it. So that was my Siobhan's Crafts order. Again, very, very pleased. Now, what also arrived was my next instalment of the Attic Spin Dye Beatrix Potter subscription. So this time, let me grab it quickly. If you haven't had yours yet, so this instalment is part 9 and it's the tale of Mrs. Tittlemouse. If you haven't had yours yet, or you didn't want to open it just yet, or you haven't, you don't really mind about seeing it, just, end it here. I can't, words are failing me miserably. If you don't want to see this, then please feel free to skip ahead. But if you do want to see, then continue watching. I do have a couple of other things to show you. Not many, so you're not going to be missing much if you do skip ahead to next week's video. But yeah, just in case you didn't want to see it, I just want to put that little spoiler warning in there. Now I am about to show everything we got. So this is part 9, the tale of Mrs. Tittlemouse. This is the Attic Spin Die Beatrix Potter Club subscription. So there's the card, and that's the cute little stitch marker. It's a cute little mouse. Oh, it's just cute. So that is the card and the stitch marker. The next item that we got is the lovely tea. I think I got this last time, but do you know what? I'm fine with that because I love this tea and I don't have enough. So there we go. That is the tea I had. Lemon ginger and manuka honey. It is one of my favourites. As I say, I absolutely love it. And hay fever has been knocking me for 6 lately. So this is going to be great because my throat's feeling sore, basically. So the next item we got is this lovely patch. Isn't that cute? So I think I've got about 3 of these, maybe 4 now. So what I had an idea for was maybe to make a bag and then use these as patches on the bag. I think that's going to look fantastic. I do need to think that over because I might sew it. I know, I've not sewn anything for probably a year. No, less than that, because I made some of these bags down here. I'll have to show you my project bags at some point. They're nothing special, but they're there. I have sewn something. But yes, there's the patch, and I will find a use for these at some point. The next item, let me try and remember, I think it's that way, is the usual lovely lavender patch. I've been loving these. I just love lavender, basically. Oh yeah, lavender pouch. Now, the micro skein is this, oh, it's a bit funny. Hang on, there we go. Is this beautiful colour. I mean, how vibrant is that? That's beautiful, isn't it? Cover my face. Beautiful, beautiful little micro skein there. I love that colour. It looks more green to me, looking at it. It looked quite blue in the camera, in the viewfinder. Actually, no, that's pretty good representation. Yeah, that's pretty good. But that is the micro skein. Now, the actual colourway is this one. There we are. The Tale of Mrs. Tittlemouse. There we go. Isn't that lovely? I do absolutely adore these colours, and I think I've come up with an idea for what I'm going to do with them. It's not going to use the entire skein, but because some of the colourways are 50 grams, I kind of wanted to split them up a bit because I want equal coverage for each of the skeins. So I've come up with a really nice idea that I think is going to be absolutely stunning, but I need to work out numbers and things like that. So I will let you know when when I'm finally there and ready to cast on. But yes, this is part 9, The Tale of Mrs. Tittlemouse. That means we've only got 3 more to go. I think I've pre-ordered the next one and I can't remember. I think it's Benjamin rings a bell and I've completely forgot. I'm blanking everything. But anyway, that is the Attic Spin Die Beatrix Potter subscription club instalment. So there we go. Oh, hang on. Let's put that there. There we go. It's a mess, but it's fine. Now, we are now at the end of the video, but I just wanted to add in a little extra segment because I know that my month-end wrap-up will be coming. I don't know when. I will try to record it Saturday, depends what's happening. We've got quite a free weekend this weekend, first time in ages, but we have a free weekend and I'm going to try and record my month-end wrap-up on Saturday with the intentions of releasing it on Sunday, so a little bit different from my usual schedule, but otherwise you're going to get it ages away. So that's my plan in my head. Whether it's going to happen, I can't guarantee, but that's the plan. Now, I do have a couple of things to show you in advance of that video just because I'm so excited. And one of those things, if I don't do that video this weekend, one of those things might actually have started by the time I actually get around to doing that video. So I'm just going to show you it now and I'm going to show you a little something else as well. So the first thing is this is kind of a plans segment. It's not the usual. It's a little add-in, a little bonus segment for you, some plans. I have 2 patterns to show you and I'm excited. So the first pattern that I'm going to show you, which I think may not be a surprise to anybody, is Stephen West. So I'm going to take part in Stephen West's Surprise Sock Along 2023. Now this sock along starts on, is it July the 6th? July the 6th, he's put it here, thank goodness, thank you Stephen. So on July the 6th, next week, Stephen West's surprise sock along is going to start. This is the first one as far as I'm aware, and I'm super excited. I think that's my face. That is my face. I am so excited. Oh, I cannot wait. I love knitting socks, absolutely adore them. I've never made a Stephen West sock yet. I know it's a fairly recent thing that he started doing, is doing sock patterns. He's done quite a few of them now, and they all look absolutely fantastic, so I'm very excited to take part in this. I don't know what yarn I'm going to use yet. I have a number of options. I will either I may post them on my Instagram, or I might try and do a story. Is it a story? Reel? No. It might be a YouTube story. I can't remember, but I'll do something and I'll show you my options. So please feel free to let me know which option you prefer, because I cannot decide. And it might get to Thursday, the 6th of July, and I'm like, I'll just grab those two, it's fine. Because it's 2 skeins of yarn, contrasting skeins of yarn, and I believe they're going to be having a little play together. So super excited for that. Now, I also wanted to highlight a pattern that I think is absolutely stunning. I am very excited about it. I don't have the yarn. I don't have any plans to start it anytime soon, but I really wanted to highlight this pattern because I have only recently discovered it. I've only recently discovered the designer, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. So, without further ado, the design that I have come across and the pattern that I have bought is this lovely pattern. I know you can't see much here, but I'm going to show you another picture in a minute. This is the Souffle by Penrose Knits. Now, as I explained earlier, I discovered Laura Penrose of Penrose Knits only recently. She has a YouTube channel, and she's also a knitwear designer. As you can see, this is one of her patterns. Now, as I say, as I've only just discovered her, I didn't obviously realise that she designs, and I hadn't seen her designs before, and I've had a look through a number of them and I absolutely adore them, but this pattern in particular I really liked. So if I show you it on her. Now obviously you've seen what I wear quite a bit, and it's very out of character for me to love something like this, but I'm enamoured by it. I really want it, I really do. I can imagine it with a lovely pair of black jeans, and I can also imagine it with one of my skirts. I think it would be stunning. So without further ado, that is it. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? So there's a couple of reasons that I've been so drawn to this pattern. Firstly, it's the just stunning, I mean, it looks beautiful, doesn't it? I feel like you can dress it up, you can dress it down, it's such a versatile top. Now the souffle, the original souffle, this one here, is knit in mohair. That's all it's knit in, mohair. And this section, so if I show you this one, I'm gonna have to come closer. I'm sorry. Bear with me. Here we go. So here she is again. This section on the top here is knit holding one strand of mohair. This section at the bottom is knit holding 2 strands of mohair. So above the ruffle is 1, below the ruffle is 2. Now the reason for that is so that this top section would be slightly sheer, so you'll be able to kind of see through it a little bit, but you know, it's just going to look stunning, and then the bottom section will be less sheer, less see-through. I really love that idea. I absolutely adore it, and it's something that I really want to do because, I mean, I've only recently started knitting with mohair. I have a number of projects that will incorporate mohair, but I've never knit with it on its own. No, I have knit with it on its own. Correction, I have. But the idea of knitting it, I've knit it in a shawl. It was a play between mohair and boucle. Breezeway shawl, that's what it is. Carissa Browning breezeway shawl. So I have used it held single. But the idea of using it just for a garment, I think is wonderful. I'm sure there are many other garments out there that do this, but the idea of using just the 1 strand and then the 2 strands and then having this ruffle break them, yeah, I'm very excited. Now, Laura has a number of the souffle patterns. She has one for children. She has one for kind of, I think it's long sleeve, and it's in thicker yarn, so it's more of a cozy knit with that cute ruffle. And then she also does a summer souffle, which I believe is could be knit in fingering. but I think it's also more fitted, whereas this is a bit loose. As you can see from the sleeves, they're kind of balloon sleeves, and the fit around the body is a little looser as well. I believe the summer souffle is a lot more fitted, and using lighter yarn so that it's, you know, good for summer. But yeah, I had to show that because I was so excited when I found it that I just had to share. You've probably all seen it. Many of you may have already knit it, but it was just so unusual and so pretty that, yeah, I just got excited and I had to show you. But yeah, I mean, I've got a number of our patterns over there as well because, oh, yeah, she's talented, very talented. So not a new segment, by the way. I just really wanted to highlight that because I thought it was absolutely beautiful. And yeah, I think that's what this community is all about. We each share something that we're really excited about, and yeah, I'm really excited about that. I don't know when it's going to be knit, I don't know when it's going to happen, but yeah, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So that being said, if you have any patterns that you absolutely adore and you think I should check out, please drop it in the comment below. I'm always open to new suggestions. I mean, I know I've got a lot going on and I have a lot in plans, but some plans do get bumped up depending upon how I feel about them, how excited I am. So yeah, just hit me up some wonderful recommendations below. I'm very excited to see what you come up with. I'm really excited. But yes, so I realised the time. I do apologise. It is a long one, but it's been 2 weeks and I'm very excited. But anyway, I just want to thank you all so much for watching this video and for spending your time here with me today. If you have any suggestions that you think would help in terms of any notes you'd like to see in the bottom, just let me know and I'm happy to try and implement them within the time constraints that I have, basically. So yeah, I'm going to leave that there and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.